guys.
We're on.
Oh,
We're
guys. Let me just guess.
Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Welcome to the podcast. We got the names.
Bit of housekeeping before we.
We're just starting to film.
Videoing it as well.
Videoing it as well. Let's just check it's all running.
Video.
Oh yeah,
everything's running.
Yeah, everything's going now.
You might want to put the power on it, otherwise you'll drain the battery, isn't it?
Well, it's on 92. You don't need to hear this housekeeping.
Housekeeping, guys. Listen, on the what is it? The July,
June the 7th.
Are you sure? Yeah, June the 7th. Yeah, June the 7th, 9:15. Udderbelly.
I've already heard this week from some people who are indeed
buying tickets.
People
are buying tickets.
Oh, people are buying tickets.
People are coming to this.
Not so.
Because it's going to be our hootenanny.
Yes,
our
it is.
Annual knees up, right?
Yeah.
On the South Bank.
And
it's a live podcast is what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Everyone's talking about it down on the Charing Cross Road.
This is true. I've just been down outside Parliament where all them Brexit people have been stepping up.
Yeah.
Don't leave that. But
they've had placards up, and
the placards are all. They're on Brexit. Angelos and Barry are doing their mucky podcast.
And we want you to come.
So, guys, come along, because the more the merrier, and it will be ever funny if you turn up.
It'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't it be funny? We're in a lovely hotel room here.
Yeah, we're in Doncaster.
We're in Doncaster and we're doing a show tonight.
The Legends Centre.
At the Legends Centre, there's us and there's Tom Binns on.
Tom Binns?
He don't do the bins, he does the cabaret. He does the camera. Now, the only thing I wanted to mention was you've been writing letters on
I wrote to the Leisure Centre.
Yeah, I know you did. Before we turn up, didn't you?
Well, I wanted to make sure that everything was in place.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that all the I's were dotted and the T's crossed. Because otherwise, I won't take the stage.
I mean,
you know what I'm like.
I know.
I'll kick right off.
Oh, he kicks off. The people you've written to, Walker's Crisps, you got in touch with, didn't you?
I like to know, but if I'm walking into a place, I need to know that I could be gone and I need to be out of there. Like, if I don't feel like the place is
respecting.
Yeah, no, I just don't. If I'm getting a bad vibe off the place, I just turn around and walk straight out of there. Because I've had my fingers burnt too many times,
well, we had it today and we turned up at this lovely hotel in Donny. Went up there, the woman's, they speak up me. And we came in, I said, I'm terribly sorry. And I said, I can't
getting that at all.
I'm terribly sorry. And she handed a piece of paper. I mean, this is just the
translation.
This is just the menu from the room. But this is, and I think what she wanted to say was, could you put in the car number plate, your detail? But she went. And I just went. I went, love. I was sorry, but
I'm not responding to that.
I'm not.
So this is why I write letters.
Me English.
This is why I write all the letters, because I want people to know how serious I am. I'm a professional,
He is a professional.
I mean, I only do this because, you remember I turned up at that one gig?
Oh, yeah, go on.
And I got there and they booked me and they said, come and do this gig. I said, I'll come do the gig. Why not?
Why not?
It's what I do. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get there and I'll knock on the door of the venue, and I'm suspicious already because it's someone's house,
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this doesn't look like a place where you do these gigs,
No.
Anyway, he opens the door, and
the
geezer says, is this a gig here tonight? He went, yeah, it's a gig here, yeah. I says, all right, okay.
Yeah.
And I says, where's the stage? He says, come upstairs, it's up here.
No, it's just his house.
It's his house.
His
house. I says, well, what? All right, I'll come up there. He says, and I says, where? All right, I'll come up the stairs with him. And I says, where's he says, in this room here,
Yeah.
And he opens the door, and there's a bed in there.
Right, you said, what is I supposed to stand on?
What do you want me to do the gig? You went, well, I thought, you should just do the gig on the bed, like.
Right.
And I says, well, what? stand on the bed. He says, if you like, you can lie down on it as well if you want to.
Yeah.
I says, well, I don't normally do that. He says, and I said, as I'm paying you £400, he says, can you take all your clothes off? And I says, well, look, I mean, I says, well, when will the audience get it? You know, he says, well, it's just me, you know, tonight. It's just me, and I'll see how this gig goes. And if it goes okay, then I'll book you for my bigger venue, which is his sister's house, you know.
Right.
I says, mate, I don't like the sound of this at all.
Yeah, well, you're clever like that. You're intuitive like that.
Right, anyway, I've done the gig for him, naked on the bed, right, and I writhed around there. Yeah. And he got me to wiggle about a bit as well, because after any requests, you know, at the end, he said, can you wiggle about on the bed?
Right.
So I wiggled about on it, you know, and he said, can you scratch them? And I scratched it all.
Scratch what?
Well, all the bits and pieces, you know.
Scratch them?
Yeah, scratch them.
What, his bits and pieces? Or
his bits and pieces.
Funny request.
Well, that's what I thought. But you're paying. Well, anyway, the upshot is I left the gig with this bit of a nasty taste in my mouth. You know, I thought something's happened there. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. So now I'll write letters. You know, I know you've written a few letters.
Oh God! Well, I had to write letters. Remember that gig? And you're right, because you want to check these things out. Like the legend sent it to me, or makes you know. Do you remember that time? I was doing a cruise. I've done a cruise. I've done my comedy on the cruise. Yeah. And a very wealthy American gentleman said, "Oh, Mr. Barry, won't you come into my room? It's a suite of rooms, and some of my business colleagues, you know, he'd see me downstairs doing the show, but instead of private, and you can get a bit more racy, do some of your blues stuff." So I've gone in there, and I'm all tarted up, bow side, dicky bow, tuxedo, and all that. Get in there. "Oh, Mr. Barry, won't you come through to the master bedroom?" Well, he had, the bells were ringing because he was right down in the cargo hold.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We had one of the shittest rooms.
It doesn't sound like a room.
No, it doesn't sound like
So it's like a staff cabin?
It was a staff cabin. It turns out he worked on the staff. I've since found out that no one knows this, and he might be a stowaway. Right. So he said, "Come into my room." So we walked through this little room. We go out the back. No, there's a load of boxes there and old tins and stuff. It's basically the storeroom of this.
What did he get you to do then?
So I said, "So would you like me to do some of my material about Watford, about growing up, about..." "You wonder if you like." So I start going, "Hello, my name is..."
What do you mean if you like? Has he already seen the act?
Well, he saw the act, but, you know, he thought I could do a slightly more blue version. So then he says, "Okay," and then I'm doing the open. He's not laughing at anything, really listening. And I notice he doesn't have any trousers or pants on. You know, now the alarm bells are ringing.
Takes your attention.
And I was all suited and booted. I'd made the effort. So then he's not listening, and I just came to a stammering halt, and I said, "Look, are you listening to me?" "No, keep going. And if you want, actually, you might want to lie down on that old mattress over there." And I went, "Oh, okay." I mean, pay me 400 quid, you know. So I lay down. It was very filthy, it was. And he went, "Might be the same bloke. You might want to scratch yourself." Like, God knows what the scratching was, but off that fucking mattress, I did need to scratch myself. And anyway, it got to the end.
He got you to scratch yourself as part of the act?
Yeah, he did.
It sounds familiar.
What was really odd is at the end, he didn't applaud.
No.
He only had the one hand, so he just banged on the side. I couldn't in the dark, I couldn't see, he just had the one hand.
Where's the other one?
Look, God knows. I assume he got his autograph, but was scratching himself. But, you know, and the alarm bells are ringing. Before.
What happens, you know. Yeah. Remember that time I got a letter from these people down on the coast?
What, wanting you to...
It says, "Come down, we like your stuff, we've seen it."
They've seen it on the telly and YouTube.
We want you to come down and do a show for us.
Yeah, fair enough.
I says to them, "How much?" Because I'm not, you know...
No, you're nobody's fault.
No, exactly. And I says, "We'll do it for £400. I said, "All right, come down here
for that sort of money.
I'll have an hotel room as well."
Will you please?
And I said, "Yeah, all right, I'll love it." Anyway, I'll get down there on the train.
Yeah.
And I have to walk from, like, the cashier's cab drops me off at this place.
Yeah, Margate, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's up the road from there, up the coast.
Deal.
Right? And it drops me off at this place, and I have to walk up this very long driveway.
Yes.
Like, past, over all these sand dunes and all this. Anyway, I get there.
What the fuck am I?
I'm thinking, where the bloody hell am I? Right? And I get to this place, and there's all these huts there, right? And I thought, what is this then?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a big badminton net there and that.
Yeah.
And this bloke says, hello, Angelos. I says, hello? What?
Yeah.
And I turn around, he's got one of them aprons on, with tits on it.
Oh,
right?
no, yeah. A comedy one.
A comedy apron.
Yeah, comedy apron.
I'm thinking, all right, is it barbecue time? Is it, He says, oh, well, he goes in the barbecue. Anyway, he turns around, his arse is hanging out.
Oh,
right?
God.
Nothing on.
Underneath the apron?
Yeah, nothing on under the apron,
God,
right? No shoes on, nothing.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, another one comes out, and she's got no clothes. And I thought,
another lady?
Lady comes out. She's not got no clothes.
Yeah.
Another bloke comes out, and he's not got no clothes on. They've got shoes on.
Right.
And they says, are you here? What are you doing here? I says, I'll come to the comedy.
Comedy routine. Yeah.
Anyway, it turns out it's a nudist colony, right?
Oh, my God.
And they take me to the hut, and they say, you're going to do it here, right? If you could do it on the bed, right?
Yeah, another bed,
and I says, all right, okay, what do you want me to do? They said, just do your act on the bed, right?
Like scratching.
Well, this is it. And I said, all right, I'll get on the bed. And they says, as this, this is a nudist colony,
right?
So you have to take all your clothes off.
Well,
I'm like, I said, well, are you paying me?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, I take all my clothes off, and I stand on the bed, and there's loads of
fuckers,
The whole room stinks.
Yeah.
Right? That's because the lights are on and that. It all stinks in there.
Germans.
All Germans stink.
No Germans.
No Germans.
Yeah.
They all got them plastic clogs on.
I know. Yeah.
Right?
Stinks.
Stinks. The whole room stinks in there.
Yeah, stinks.
Anyway, I get on the bed and I do my act.
Yeah.
Right?
Did they laugh?
And they laughed a little bit. A lot of it went over their heads, you know. Anyway, at the end, I says, I hope you enjoyed that. And they says, oh, you finished? I says, well, I can do a bit more if you want. And they says, well, what? I says, what do you want me to do? Like, says, would you mind scratching yourself?
Yeah, not this again.
And I says, what bit do you want me to scratch?
Yeah.
I said, whatever bit you like,
Yeah.
Just lie down on the bed and scratch yourself,
Yeah.
So I'll scratch my arse and that. And
all those requisite areas. The bits that they wanted to see it.
They wanted. And then they all stood up and started scratching their bits and that. Anyway, the whole room stank.
Yeah, of course.
And I thought to myself, that is the last time I'm getting myself in this situation.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to write letters from now on, make sure I know what I'm getting myself into,
Well, this is the thing. You wrote a fucking letter. You were saying it couldn't get no better. I don't want to come to a nudist colony. Get my balls out my bum and my tits and dangle about with my small willy. Stay all the rage. Say all my little nuts. I'm telling you something, mate. I ain't hanging around these nuts.
Yeah, well.
But this is
get a nudist.
Oh, well.
Nudist colony.
I won't do it again.
No.
I will not do it again. My agent phoned me up and going,
your agent here.
He's your agent here. And
what have you got?
So I've gone, oh, at last, you phoned me up. And he goes, I've got something for you. I want you to go down at the nudist colony, you see. On the coast, down near Sussex way. So immediately I'm like,
well, Angelos has told me.
Angelos has told me about this stuff, and I'm not entirely convinced it's much. He said, no, it's £400.
Right.
So
promise of a room.
Exactly. So anyway, I've gone down there.
Not bad.
And the worst thing was, I get down there, I have taken all my clothes off. Yeah. I've walked in there, and it was not a nudist collar, it was a fucking leper's collar.
Oh, Christ. There's all bits hanging off.
Oh, there's bits hanging off. They went, give a big hand for Barry, and a fucking hand came flying past me, you know.
That must have stunk as well.
It stunk, because not only were they nude, but they had all gangrenous bits hanging off them.
All slime on them.
You know, and they said, no, Barry, you're going to have a ball. And with that,
yeah.
Hello, I'm John Holmes, and yes, the last thing you need is another podcast that takes apart a television show and hacks through it like a cough going through a pensioner. Except wait, because this is The One Show in which myself and my guests force ourselves to watch a week's worth of TV's The One Show and then analyse it all in far too much detail. It sounds like a terrible idea, and it is for us. But for you, it's entertainment gold that's all over a programme you yourself have no intention of ever watching. The One Show, every Tuesday and Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Gary Lineker from Lineker and Baker, Behind Closed Doors, and we're currently sponsored by the National Lottery. Amazing starts when you buy a National Lottery ticket. By playing the National Lottery, you can help raise £30 million a week for good causes. The People's Projects gives you the chance to decide how funding can make a difference in your local community. So vote now at thepeoplesprojects.org.uk. T's and C's apply. The National Lottery. Amazing starts here.
The People's Projects is a partnership between the National Lottery Community Fund, STV, ITV and the National Lottery.
What did they get you to do, Lucas?
Well, they just stood around and basically I was doing all my material, but no. What they were interested in was just looking at all my fully operational arms and legs.
Right, okay. Did they get you to go on the bed?
Yeah. So after a while, one of them goes, can you get on the... And with that, his jaw fell off.
Right.
Yeah. And I assume he meant bed. I got on the bed.
Right. Were you naked?
I was stark naked. I was rolling around.
Right.
They said, can you itch all your bits? And they said, while you're at it, because they had bits, they said, can you itch some of that?
My bits as well.
It was disgusting. I had all Ronald Duck on there. I had all my music cues set up.
Yeah.
They didn't want to...
They wouldn't want to know about anything.
No, I didn't want to know anything about that.
Yeah.
So in the end, I took my money. They paid through the nose. That fell off. They paid me with the nose, and then I went. It was cash in hand.
Quite embarrassing a situation like that, you know.
Oh, it was.
I've said to my agent now, I says I'm not doing no more nude gigs,
no more leopard colonies.
I'm not doing any more rolling around on the bed.
No more.
I won't scratch my balls for anyone now.
And if they want that, if
they do want that, then they're prepared to pay.
If we go to the Legend Centre Dome in Doncaster tonight, and someone goes, "Hey, will you come in there? Scratch my legs."
Take a call. Scratch your ball. What were you saying?
Well, the better we go in there, it's like, hello, Angelos, and hello, everyone. Hello. You booked us, didn't you? Well, you just get on stage.
Get on the bed.
Get on the bed. Scratch your balls. And we got lots of people coming in later, and they all want to have a good look. That's what's going to happen.
This is what they do, though, isn't it? They get you there under false pretenses.
And before you know it,
when the pressure's on, they reveal what they want you to do. Like scratch yourself and stuff.
What we've been told is that we're going to go there and do some of our funny material. But I wouldn't be at all surprised if we go for a sound check and there's just a dirty mattress on the fucking stage.
And a hanger. You just hang your clothes up and then
they hang your clothes up and then there's loads of fans going because of the stench. All the nude people.
They're all in there naked. All these gigs we do. I don't know we're on the right circuit.
Where's the paper that says we're on which circuit are we on? Oh, here we are.
Here it is.
Here, Doncaster Dome in brackets, nude with some scratching.
Yeah.
Okay, well that we know about
that.
Okay. Okay, so we got Halifax. We're doing this year at the Lantern. It goes song and dance, do all your stuff, that you've done before. Matter of life and death. That's and in brackets, take your clothes off. What's that?
Get on the bed.
Asterisk. There's an asterisk there. There's the asterisk. Yeah, scratch balls.
Yeah.
What else we did? Underbelly. Yeah, London South Bank.
What does it say there?
Come on, do live podcast. What's that in brackets?
Take
the small print. Take clothes
off. Get on the bed. Scratch balls
and bum. I
didn't know there was a market for that.
Well, there is, and maybe we shouldn't have signed with that agent because he's putting up.
Yeah, I've never known the like of it.
It's bloody ridiculous.
Strange gigs. Very strange gigs.
We've done that ridiculous gig. Do you remember that one we went out to Germany?
Yes.
Went out there to Dusseldorf.
Yes.
Oh my God! Do you remember what happened? Tell them exactly what happened.
We went out to Dusseldorf. We went out to Dusseldorf. We went out to Dusseldorf in lovely Germany. We got there, everything seemed fine. But really, was it? You tell me. Well, we got and we had to take off all our bloody clothes. You know what the Germans are like. It stank, and you know.
Went to Antwerp. I did not feel a fucking bird. We went to the Belgians and they said, get up on the stage. We like to see your knob and ballers. Scratch them till you're right. We got onto our knees and some sneeze. The shit himself. That was them. That was them.
Some of them European gigs.
The quicker we get out of Europe, the better.
That's the trouble with these German gigs. Is they're more extreme.
They are.
And they expect more of that scratching. They
do. But I mean, it's our own fault for joining an agency called, what's it called?
ScratchYourBalls.com.
ScratchYourBalls.com.
I didn't actually think they would mean you to do that.
I thought his name was Scratchyball. I thought his name was Mr. Scratchyball.
In Turkish name.
Yeah, Turkish. No, that's what it literally is. But
anyway, I've written a few more letters. I wrote to Walker's Crisps.
Walker's Crisps. Yeah. What have they done?
Just to let them know that I've got my eye on them.
Yeah.
I just sent them a.
Yeah. Hold on. What's happened here?
Here you go.
Yes.
So I don't know where we got to. And
shit.
It doesn't matter.
Is that working? Yes.
I wrote a letter.
Yes.
I wrote a letter to System Overload.
Is it?
Don't know.
Hello?
I think we're okay.
We're okay. Yeah.
I wrote a letter. Yeah, I wrote a letter.
Yeah.
I wrote a letter.
Yes.
To Walker's Crisps.
What have they done?
Well, I just wanted to know. I wanted them to know that I just got my eye on them.
Why?
Well,
what have they done, Walkers?
I don't know. I don't know what they've done yet.
Right.
But I just wrote them a little letter to say, I don't know what you think you're planning on doing.
Yes.
Right? But whatever it is, be very, very careful because I've got my eye on.
Well, I tell you what my suspicion is.
What, with them?
Yeah. For many, many years, it's been standard flavours, isn't it? Your salt and vinegar, your cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, roast chicken.
Yeah.
I was in my local newsagent the other day buying a bottle of Leafrail milk.
Yes.
Margaret liked some crisps to go with it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all them Twiglets, Pombears, all that, Quavers and all that, and I see Walkers, and I think, oh, lovely. And I'm going, oh, what should we have? What should she like? It's a chili one they do. Salt and cider and all that. I'm going down and get cheese balsamic, the posh ones, and I get like a dog shit
flavour.
I went,
hold on.
Oh, just a minute. I went salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, dog shit. And I've had it, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I wondered, like when I saw that flavour.
Yes.
I thought,
must be a joke.
How do they know? You know?
Yeah.
How do they know? They must have got someone.
Gary Lineker.
Scoop some off the floor and taste it, and then taste the crisp and go, yeah, that's it, you've got the flavour.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know how they would know.
Oh, I mean, of course, and they all follow suit. I mean, if you go to Waitrose, handcrafted, and it's all hand done, fried in special, extra virgin olive oil, and dips in the finest dog shit that mummy can find, I don't want that sort of thing.
I don't know what the finest dog shit is.
It's
dog shit.
That's right, absolutely.
It could be eating chum, it could be eating steak, it all comes out the other end.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. So I've got in touch with Walkers about that.
What you run?
I run the Walkers dog shit line. And I said, hello, dog shit. I said, hello, Gary Lineker there, please. And they went, don't be silly. Yeah. I said, look, I like your products.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan. I've been Walkers for years. Yeah. I like it. It's crisp. It's very crunchy crisp. Yeah, it's quite good value. Great crisp. Very favourite. Britain's favourite crisp. I said, I occasionally like it with my leaf flour milk of a Friday. No, maybe a dip some hummus, But I said, what is the meaning of this dog shit?
Flavour. Who's come up with that idea?
Gary Lineker.
Oh, it's his idea, is it?
And it's an absolute...
Well, anyway, I've written to them about it.
Yeah. Who else did you write?
I wrote to
NASA?
Yeah, I wrote to NASA. I wrote to NASA because I says, I know you've been to the moon and all that, right? And I know that you have done all this, built all these spaceships and all that stuff, right? Yeah. But have you? I don't know if you've been in the downstairs bogs at Cape Canaveral,
right? Yeah,
they stink.
Yes, they stink.
I don't know if it had been. I don't know if I'd gone in there when someone had just had
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin had had a Buzz Aldrin. Right. I don't know
one
if
giant step for man, one massive shit for Buzz Aldrin.
I don't know if I've been in here after him, right, or if it's always like that.
Right.
But I just want you to know that it stinks. And it stinks. It stinks. So I've just written to them about that, and they wrote a letter back saying, Dear Mr. Parfumio, sorry, the bogs in the Cape Canaveral stinks. Yeah. We're going to get someone to clean that out for you.
Right.
It's just that one of the astronauts who's going to go up there got nervous.
Yes. Pebble dashed the old fucking and on the floor. Did his back on the floor.
I said, that's all right.
Well, do you know I went there and
what, the bogs?
The bogs are there, and they said they sent me a photograph of them all. When I got home, I wrote in. I went, it was actually disgusting. The bogs. So you can send a man to the moon. The Discovery can fly around. You can have the space station, the lot, and lots of cooperation with all the different nations of this world. But you cannot clean the bogs. They sent me back a picture of the beautiful bogs at Cape Canaveral. And do you know what I reckon?
What's that?
Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, he's
faked them.
Yeah,
bollocks.
I think you're right.
I said Stanley Kubrick took that. He's faked the bog.
I said
he's faked the bog cleaning.
I don't know what you think you're showing me here, right? But these are fake pictures of the Cape Canaveral.
Yeah,
they're fake.
And my money's on Stanley Kubrick.
And certainly a member of his family, or his crew.
Well, certainly. If you look at The Shining, the clues in there, if you see Jack Nicholson, you see some shit on the floor.
But there's that scene in there in the bathroom.
That's right.
In The Shining, and the bogs in there look very similar to the one in Cape Canaveral. I reckon they've just taken the bogs from that film. Of course
they have.
Put that on the photo. They said they could have just gone on Google and
gone, of course.
Got nicest bogs in world.
Yeah.
Right? And then send that to me. Yeah, these are the bogs now. We've cleaned them up and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got my eye on them.
Yes.
Have you been writing anything?
Oh, God. I wrote to Dixon's about that flat screen telly. I know times are hard for Dixon's. I asked for a flat screen telly. Basically, a bloke comes round. It's just a normal telly that someone has smashed together. It's all the fucking bits hanging out. Bloke goes, hey, where do you want it hanging? You know, the thing is falling apart. Why? It's not a flat screen as such. It's just been crushed between two customers.
Well, I went to Dixon's and I'm trying to buy a flat screen telly.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll buy you a flat screen telly.
Yeah. Well, you like your technology.
Yeah, and they went, yeah, all right. And I do like my technology.
I know you do.
I know all about technology as well. And they give me this flat screen telly in a box, right?
Right.
And I took it home and I thought, this is a bit light, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got it out, I put it on the wall, I tried to wire it up, right? And I thought, right, I'll just turn it on with the remote control. So I got that and I was pressing these buttons and I was looking at this thing, I thought, what's going on here, you know? Anyway, I looked behind it and I thought, there's no gubbins, you know, there's no wire. Stick stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
Then I look at the front of it and I'm looking at it, and I thought, I don't know what this is. This is a mirror, they just painted it black.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they'll do.
What they've done, right?
That's what they'll do.
Anyway, I was trying to get a picture out of that for about half hour before I thought, no, I'm not going to get it.
Maplin's the same. No wonder these fucking people have gone out of business. I phoned up then. I said, could you, on maplins.co.uk, could you send me a new remote control? Right. So this comes through. I'm in front of the telly going like this. I went, hold on, this button's... It's a shoe.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Clark's black lace up. I went, I phoned out and they went, yeah. I went, you've given me a shoe. They said, oh, well, is it not the right registration number? I said, I don't give a shit. What is your shoe?
You painted buttons.
Painted buttons in red.
Well, this is the thing. I went to buy this car, right, the other day. Right?
I know.
And I thought, well, I'll have one of them.
Was it Toyota?
No, Toyota, right? Yeah. I have Toyota. Anyway, they say, oh, we'll bring it round the front for you.
Right. Nice. Customer service.
Beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, they bring it round the front. And I go, it's out there ready for you. Yeah. I go out there, and it's just, and I thought, is that it? Right?
Yeah.
It's an enormous cardboard box, just with wheels painted on it.
Yeah.
Right? And this, like, windows and that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I tried to get in this thing.
Yeah.
And the whole thing just collapses underneath.
Yeah.
And they says, you've broken the car, Mr. Epifeme. You're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And I says, excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this stuff, but this is a cardboard box.
Yeah.
In fact, look, on the side it says Tesco's on it, right?
Yeah.
And they says, well, you don't know how cars are made.
No,
actually.
What do you know about it?
So I only ended up $8,000 for this cardboard box, right? And I didn't have the gumption to take them to court because I didn't have any confidence in myself.
Well, no,
but I wouldn't let that happen again.
No, exactly. I mean, I had the same thing with what is it, computer?
Yeah.
Remember, I said I'll have one of those Apple laptops.
Yeah.
Fucking thing comes through. It's an Apple.
Oh,
I said I wanted to buy an Apple.
Right.
And it's literally a Cox, and I've had trouble with them and all.
Yeah.
This thing comes through, and it's literally, I found out the bloke, and they go, oh, don't you understand? You're so out of touch, Granddad. What do you know?
Yeah, this is how it's all done.
This is how it's all done.
It's all done with lasers.
I mean, I'm too embarrassed to take it in.
Well,
I just left it on the side. Trying to get the internet on. It's bloody useless. So that's
been a busy week, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder whether we'll try and film something at the Legends Guys,
it's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful, and let me tell you, if for whatever anyone who's watching on the film, we had to stop the film, the bloody thing wouldn't work. System overload.
We'll see you at in
June the 7th.
Yeah, the other Billy.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Hi guys, it's Angelos Epifeme here, telling you to please listen to the Brian and Roger podcast. Now, I don't know who's written it, but whoever it is probably a genius. So I think you should give it a listen because it's such great stuff.